What's going on, guys? Last night, really, just really ticked me off. It sucks. It really does. But anyways, getting on with the video. Auburn, I think you gave a good effort. I think a couple of plays you guys got last night were pretty good. You did okay. South Carolina really just last night we had some good plays. We had some good plays here and there, and a couple times during that game we actually looked like the team that we could have been all along this year, and we was actually playing some ball from last year. It was really what it was looking like a couple times there, but we just didn't do it throughout the whole game, which has really been our problem this year. We've got to play our best. We've got to play up to our potential, and we're just not doing that. It just really sucks. A couple things I will say though. Lattimore did okay. I think one thing that really kind of messed up his running game last night was that I don't think the linemen were being aggressive enough, and it was kind of jumbling up at the line, and I think it kind of crowded the line up a little bit too much, and it kind of made it hard for Lattimore to find room to run in and stuff. So, because a couple times he did almost run into his own blockers, because things were just getting so jumbled. I think the linemen could have been more aggressive last night in their blocking. I think one thing that really killed us, I think the two things that really killed us last night was first of all, Garcia had his two passes that he overthrew. I think if he hadn't overthrown them, we could have had a chance to put up a couple more scores, at least one more than what we did, And also the penalties that our offensive line got, the false starts, and we had a couple holding, penalties, and they erased some pretty good plays, so I think that hurt us. And then one thing that I think really messed us up was the first interception by Whitlock. He tried to, he just tried to do a little bit too much. I think if he would have, continued to run to the outside and, just take it out of bounds, I think he should have just played it safe on that one. But instead, he tried to make too much out of it. So, the ball slipped out of his hand, and it got lost in traffic, and it went right back to Auburn. But Antonio Allen did have a interception, like I said he would. Our defense did play pretty well. We had missed tackles at points, but overall, I think our defense did its part. It's still the offense. That's really been our problem this year. Our offense just isn't playing up to its best, and the one person I think is really critical in that is Garcia. Excuse me. Garcia has just really got to open things up, and but it's not just him. I think it's the play calling. Last night, at times, they were actually doing what they should have done. Look at the first touchdown by Alshon Jeffrey, which was one of those times where we were actually looking like we were playing our best football. Kind of looked like last year's efforts. But to lead up that play, they was kind of getting the the slants, like the short and kind of medium range passes. They didn't try to throw it deep and do the hitch routes and stuff so much like they had been in previous games. But then they just went right back to trying to throw it kind of deep every time you turn around, and I don't think they fed Lattimore quite enough. So the coaching, they just got to. we need to use the exact same thing from last year. That's what we've got to do. It worked for us last year, and if we would use it right, I think it would work good for us this year. And Garcia has just got to have some confidence in himself. He's got to get out there. He's got to start being more on target. But anyways, the thing that the thing that makes me mad with this game was the ending. Auburn fans, I will say, congratulations to you that you will go home with the win. I don't think you necessarily got the win. Because of one thing, I will say this, and Auburn fans, I know you're going to talk trash, and I know you're going to be arrogant, and, just say that it's excuses, whatever. But I really don't think anybody can honestly say we didn't get cheated out of the end of the game last night. The guy went down, 2 seconds to let, he went down in 2 seconds. And for some reason, why they wouldn't give it to him, I don't know. They interviewed Spurrier after the game. He said he talked to the, he walked up and talked to the referee, and, he asked him, he said, what's going on? He said, he was down and there was still time on the clock, and the referee said, no. He said, the time's off the clock. And Spurrier asked him, don't you review those things? And the referee said, we're not putting the time back up. It's over. I mean, seriously, is that it? You're just not going to put the time back up on the clock, or even try to review it? That's it. That was real irresponsible officiating. Very poor officiating with that call. And also, Zequan made a good point. Reviewing that penalty, that I really don't think that should have happened. That again was kind of a little shaky. I don't know. It just sucks. Of course, I got Clemson fans talking crap, but I know what they do anyways. Even when, they are pretty good this year, but even when they suck, they still talk crap. But anyways, I'm not spending this video talking about Clemson fans. But anyways, like I said, what we need to start doing is being a little bit more aggressive on both sides of the ball. And just get our offensive scheme back to what it needs to be. And just, if Garcia can just step up a little bit and, start playing better, excuse me, as long as we can get those things, we'll be just fine. But maybe we needed this loss. Maybe this loss will help us. Maybe it'll be good for us, to actually show them, you got to quit playing average when you get out there on the field. You got to get out there every game and give it your best. We got a lot more talent than what we're showing. I think there's a lot of things that are being left on the field. I don't think we're at all given everything that we've got. I've yet to see that so far. And if we don't start seeing it, then this season ain't going to be what we want it to be. Which will really suck. We've got all the pieces, but you just got to put them together. And just got to capitalize on things. And that's really what they're not doing right now. They're not capitalizing. And they're just not playing their best like they should. But, there's nothing you can do, though. Going back to the end of the game, to me personally, I think it's nonsense. The call that the refs made, I really think that was, that really, to me, was unfair. I don't believe that game was over. That ball game should, to me, is still not over. I mean, technically, yes, it is in the books, but to me, that game will never truly have an ending because I don't believe the refs made the right call. I believe they cheated us out of one. Of course, they don't care, but, you know. But we got Kentucky next week. Gamecocks. This season. Remember what this season was supposed to be. And what it still can be. This has got to be a special season for us. We've got to make this happen. We really, you know, you guys really need to step this up. I mean, if you don't, I mean, you might still have a good season, but nowhere near what we're hoping for. But as soon as we start playing our best, we're going to be fine. But my confidence isn't shaking. I'm still confident in my team, and I still got faith. And I mean, hey, I'm still going to watch my team play every week. But anyways, again, we got Kentucky coming up next week. Let's just see what we can do. Some changes are going to have to be made. Players are going to have to step up, and the best effort is going to have to be given by every single player on that team. And all we can do is hope and pray. But for right now, that's all I got. Again, Auburn, you snuck out with the win. You know, again, I really think it was because of a really stupid call by the officials, but they wouldn't give us the time back on the clock, so there really was nothing we could do about it. So it's in the books. That's all there is left to say. But I'm ready for next week, and I don't regret being, you know, confident about us winning. I still think we should have, and technically I still think we would have last night if they would have gave us time back on the clock, but they didn't. So I know those kind of things really make you mad and really kind of, you know, upset you, but you just got to move on, focus on next week. We can still win the rest of these games if we just play to our best, play up to par, play up to what's considered, you know, our level, and we'll be fine. Can we do that? We'll have to wait and see. It starts next week with Kentucky. We've got to get this done, and here's hoping that we can. Well, that's all I got. About to go get some rest, work tomorrow, and but look forward to next week's game. See all y'all later.